All right, on episode 9 of Inside BeastAthletics, I'm going to interview Jacklyn Viera, who's the mother of our honoree of our 4th annual Beast Battling Against Cancer event. Stay tuned. All right, this is Tuck Taylor here. This is episode 9 of Inside Beast Athletics. We have some special guests in the house. We have Jacklyn Viera and her daughter Morgan. Morgan is going to be our honoree for the 4th annual Beast Battling Against Cancer charity workout. So we're going to do a little interview. We're going to learn about Morgan. We're trying to get Morgan to eat this Lenny's and Larry's cookie. I'm trying to tell her how good it is. This is really good. It's my favorite flavor, but she won't eat any yet. But we're going to learn a little bit more about Morgan, ask her mom some questions. You ready for the show?
Sure.
Let's do it. All right, first, tell us about the type of cancer Morgan was diagnosed with.
Morgan was diagnosed with neuroblastoma, which is a rare non-genetic cancer. It actually only affects one child out of every 175 children born.
Wow.
Every day. So out of the ratio of the disease that Morgan has, it's higher in boys. Usually kids only catch it while they're in newborn stage all the way up to the highest age they've caught it is 8, and that was rare. Mostly kids up to 3 will come down with the disease. Sometimes if you were diagnosed with this disease, you could actually go all the way through life without having anything until adulthood. So it's one of those rare diseases that you can't control it. It controls you, for sure. And Morgan was lucky. I say lucky in a good way. We caught it at 2 months old.
Okay, good.
So she was diagnosed at 2 months old with stage 4 of the disease, which is the worst stage to have. Sadly enough, when she was diagnosed, she had it in her adrenal gland, her liver, her bone marrow, her soft tissue, and some areas in soft tissue in the brain. So as an infant, she had maybe a 40% survival rate with this cancer. And we are right now at age 5, so... She's
battling. You're battling, girl.
Yep. We've made it through 4 years' worth of treatment. When she was diagnosed at 2 months, she undergone 7 rounds of chemo, 2 months of radiation, and over 8 months of oral chemo.
Wow.
So she went through a process that most adults would never be able to handle, and she had no choice. Because if she didn't do it, she wasn't going to survive it.
Right.
So we're really lucky for that factor. In 2013, she had relapsed once again.
Tell us about that. I think you was telling me that before when I was at your guys' house. Was that the trip to Weeki Wachee?
Yeah, we took a family trip to Weeki Wachee. Tried to have some family time because most of our time is spent in hospitals, outpatient facilities, special doctors. And we went up there, and for some reason, she just got really lethargic out of nowhere. And for us, we just knew something was wrong. We had to leave so dramatically and head all the way home and straight to St. Pete, and come to find out she had 2 golf-size cancer masses in the back of the brain that was putting pressure on her brain. And truthfully, the physicians had no idea that she had relapsed. They've never even seen her kind of cancer relapse in the brain at the time that she did. So they were telling us our survival rate was very rare because in Florida, there's so many physicians that work with cancer, but neuroblastoma is so rare that they just came out with survival rates and treatments where kids are actually able to survive this. Because, you know, in the 90s, there was no kids surviving this. They had it as the cancer that would kill. So now that we've come to this point where we relapsed and you're staring at 12 well-known physicians in pediatric cancer telling you, we don't know.
You're trying to kick me. Are you trying to kick me? Are you kicking me? Are you kicking me? Why are you kicking me?
She probably wants to play.
I know she wants to play. I know it's hard for you to sit still right now, but we're gonna play after this. So we talked about a little bit. I touched on a little bit. You guys don't get that much free time to play as a family and all that kind of stuff. So kind of tell us about how her condition has affected your whole family.
To be quite truthful, I don't think our psychology bills add up as a vacation anymore. The kids have taken it the hardest because...
How many kids do you have?
Her and her father together, we have 6. He has 2 18-year-olds. We have 2 13-year-olds. We have a 9-year-old, and then we have Morgan.
Wow.
So...
And who was that? What was the girl I met when I went to your house? Was that her cousin?
That was her cousin.
Cousin, okay.
So we do have a big family,
Nice.
but just like a big family, it's tight around the family.
Right.
And I want to say the kids had the hardest because it's not just like being jealous of a new sibling. It's like, oh, can we catch this? Is this something that we have? Is there something wrong with us? And then when mom and dad aren't around and there's just one parent all the time, it comes down to, do you love them more? Do you love us more? Do you love her more? So we've had a lot of tribulations with this situation. There's no such thing as family vacations.
Right.
I think we've, as a family, have done one. And that was it. Because as soon as we did the vacation, we came back, we tried to be like a normal family and do family outings and stuff like that. She came down again. And I think our kids think probably the worst things about us because we have to make appropriate choices.
Right.
Like, every family likes to go out to restaurants. We can't do that because we have to be cautious with who's around us, if they're sick, what kind of food's being served. It's taking that initiative of, okay, location, how many people, what's the weather, because the chemotherapy, the radiation, everything that she's ever undergo, she can't be in the sun. She can't be a normal Florida girl, be out in the beach. She has to have 100 proof sunblock. She can only be out there for an hour. She gets lethargic after so much of running and playing, and then once she gets to that point where she's so ill, we just have to go because we know that she'll start vomiting and she'll start getting really fatigued, and then if she cracks a fever, off to the hospital we go. And then we have a week stay to make sure that she doesn't have MRSA or some kind of infection going on, and then there's no family vacation.
So what's Morgan's current state? How is she doing today, and what are some of her favorite things to do?
Well, you've seen coloring. So.
Yes, I know about the coloring. We colored. We played some puzzles.
She is a game board fanatic. As boring as that may sound to kids that are in the house. Yes, and dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs. Make sure you tell the folks I like dinosaurs.
Yes. She loves playing games. Being in an 8x8 room, can't go outside, can't interact with people, and everyone around you is sick.
Morgan, what's your favorite dinosaur?
Raptor and the long neck.
The long neck and
the raptor.
And a raptors.
Nice. So you know your stuff. You know your dinosaur stuff. That's good. That's good. So what's her current state today? What medications is she taking? Where is she at with her cancer?
She's on Tamidar, which is an oral chemotherapy that right at the moment there's a shortage of. She's due to take this for 6 weeks, 45 milligrams every night. It is to reduce any more growth, and it's a preventive method that we were doing because the fact that she has relapsed, she has a 30% chance of relapsing again within the next 5 years. So we have to try to watch and monitor her for signs and symptoms. So right now we just started our oral chemo. We're doing really good right now because it's only day 4 of 46 days. And so far she's doing really well. She's taking it like a trooper. Probably within the next two weeks, she'll be back down into vomiting, nauseous, doesn't want to move, don't want to eat. If you talk to her, she might start fussing. It's just sleep, nap, maybe play a little bit.
And fight.
Yep.
Fight, Morgan.
So We're just in maintenance, which is chemotherapy, scans every 3 months, making sure that nothing's popping up, and then hopefully we'll get to a point where we'll stop the medication and we'll just take every 3 months, we'll go for x-rays, MRIs, MIBGs, making sure that there's no tumor growth, and hopefully we'll make the 5-year mark.
We're going to do this. We're going to do this. Give me a high five. Woo! 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 All right. Another question I have, especially for maybe any other viewers that are watching that have children that have cancer, what advice would you give to a family that has a child that's going through cancer, kind of going through your similar situation?
Never give up.
Never give up.
And never take a doctor's answers for its last. I was told my daughter probably would never see 3, and we're at 5.
Nice.
So if we saw 5, I know for a fact we can see 10, we can see 15, and I know we can see 18. So never give up. And if you have a family as big as mine, the only thing you can do is small things. Work, puzzles, games, make the small effects. You don't have to always do something big.
The next thing I want to just thank you for opening up your home to me and my mom that day, allowing us to come in there and meet you guys. I know a lot of people are private with their situations and things like that, and you guys are private people, but we were honored to be able to go in there and meet Morgan and be able to bond a little bit. And thank you for being on the show as well. Guys, make sure you guys come out. It's July 23rd here at Beast Athletics. This is Beast Battling Against Cancer 4. We're doing it for Morgan Viera. She is 5. She has neuroblastoma right now. As of right now, she has neuroblastoma, but we're gonna get rid of this. So come out. You can find the link at the end of this video to go register. It's www.BBAC4.eventbrite.com. We have general admission, we have spectators, we have VIP available as well for the event. Hope we all come out. We average about 250 to about 300 people at our event, so we're going to pack this place out. We're going to come sweat for a great cause. And Morgan, you're the reason why we're all going to be out here, girl. Are you ready? She's like, I don't know what's going on. I just want to play. I just want to play. All right. Thank you again for coming. We'll be meeting again, staying in contact between now and July. Guys, make sure you guys go register. And this has been episode 9 of Inside Beast Athletics. Let me backtrack this a little bit. When it comes to vertical jump, there's 3 components that you have to have. All right, in the vertical jump enhancement exercise, you have to have exercises that have a violent hip extension. All right, we call that VHE. So that's when your hips are in a flex state and they power up. That's what you do when you jump, when you run. You have a violent hip extension. Also, you need to have stability. All right, you have to be stable. We always use the cup and the string analogy.
Right, yes.
So back in the old days when they used to have fun with like just a cup and a string, you would play telephone. So you would have a cup, a string attached to another cup. And if that string was tight, I can talk into that cup and Seneca would hear my voice on the other side. So the energy transferred very well. Now, if that string was loose, the energy is not going to transfer. Exactly. So that's an analogy for stability. If your tendons and ligaments and